Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. So, this is yet my third segment on Guillermo Rigondeaux. Guillermo Rigondeaux has been one of the most avoided super bantamweights I've seen in a while. But while Carl Frampton, Scott Quigg, and Leo Santa Cruz continue to duck Guillermo Rigondeaux, another player has entered the super bantamweight division. A player to whom I am happy to see has returned, and a player who will probably pave the way for establishing and helping Guillermo get the prominence he deserves. I'm talking about Nonito Donaire, one of my favorite fighters. And Donaire has re-entered the super bantamweight division. He's bigger, he's stronger, and he's smarter. And why I like Donaire is because I know Donaire is not afraid to face a loss, and he's not afraid to get knocked out. And I do believe Nonito Donaire is going to come full circle and fight Guillermo again. So I'm very happy about that. And I do believe whether Guillermo, beats Donaire or not, Donaire's stock and his value is going to go even higher because he actually is going to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux instead of ducking like Leo Santa Cruz, and ducking like Carl Frampton, and ducking like Scott Quigg. He's going to fight Guillermo. So I picked Donaire over Scott Quigg. I picked Donaire, if he ever meets up with Scott Quigg, to defeat Scott Quigg. I also picked Donaire to defeat Carl Frampton because he's a huge, very strong super bantamweight who has been at featherweight, has received punishment, and has received punches at featherweight. So he's very strong. And I pick him to beat those two guys, including I pick him to beat Leo Santa Cruz as well. And the reason is because I've realized none of these guys have the mentality that is necessary to be a world champion. They have a mentality where they're happy to fight unchallenging opponents. Chris Avalos was afraid to get a good whooping from Rigo. No matter what Top Rank says, he was the mandatory for Guillermo Rigondeaux. And he went to Carl Frampton and he thought he could beat him. And he got knocked out. And I'm so happy he did. Because he was afraid to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux. And once you have a mindset where you're afraid of someone in boxing, it goes on and on and on. And it catches up with you. Abner Maris ducked Guillermo Rigondeaux. Got knocked out by Johnny Gonzalez. Because when you try to run away from the freight train, you end up running into a tank. And that's what these guys don't understand. If you take your loss like a man, you build character like Nonito Donaire. He fought Nicholas the Axe Walters, and yes, he was knocked out, but he put up a good fight against Nicholas Walters. Now he's moving back down to super bantamweight. So far it seems he has his power, and he still has his strength. And I say Donaire gives Rigo a run for his money the second time around. I don't think that he'll win, but I do think he'll be game all the way through. And that's what's important. Well, that's my segment on Guillermo Rigondeaux and the new player in the division, Nonito Donaire, who I respect very highly. You guys have a great day.